Hello everyone and welcome to my very first educational video on how to do accents. Disclaimer, I am not a trained professional educational teacher. This is more how I have learned to do the accents and how I can help you learn them. This episode is mainly for people that don't speak English as their first accent, so you are learning English, and this is going to be a more RP, modern accent to learn, okay? So very good for job interviews or formal situations, or whether you're looking to move to England and want to be able to communicate with British people. So whether you're an actor or you just want to understand your favorite movie or TV show, then hopefully this will help you. Modern RP, this is the accent we'll be learning today. The most common misconception is people learn English through TV shows and movies, and therefore it's mostly American English and not standard English. So today we're going to make sure we learn standard English. It's important to learn certain phrases that are said correctly that intertwine with everyday speech. So if you want to interact with somebody in England or in the UK, then learning these little nuances and phrases are key. For example, American English would say trash, standard British would say rubbish. American English would say pants, standard British would say trousers. American English would say good idea, standard British, great shout. American English, tired, British, knackered. American English would say restroom, British would say loo. And American English would say vacation, British English would say holiday. And last one, American English would say sneakers, British would say trainers. These words may not seem like they're hugely different, but in everyday conversation and dialects and communication with different people, this will make a world of difference in helping them understand you. Now we are going to focus on the sounds that these letters produce in the British accent. So let's focus more on, instead of the words, the sounds within the words. For example, the letter T in the middle of a word. In American English, is pronounced more as a D. For example, better, or water, or etc. Whereas in standard British, the T is much more harsh. So you would say words like better, or water, or etc. You have to pronounce the T's a lot more clearer at the tip of your mouth. So do not pronounce them as an American would, pronounce them more as British RP would. So I will give you some words to practice yourself right now, and we'll see if you got them right or you got them a little bit wrong. Say the word. If you said water, this is not correct. If you said water, this is correct. Now we will say the word. If you said city, this is not correct. If you said city, this is correct. Last one, we are going to say this word. Now, if you said better, this is not standard British. If you said better, this is correct. Now, we have done singular words with the letter T in the middle. Now let's try using that T sound in sentence form and phrases. So we will try and give you the phrases first, and then we will see if you got it right or got it wrong. So now let's look at some phrases for you to practice. Now say this phrase. If you said, it is what it is, this is not correct. If you said, it is what it is, this is the correct way to say this phrase. Now try and say this phrase. If you said, let it be, this is not correct. We need to pronounce the T's much more harshly, so it would sound like, let it be. Let it be. Now, I want you to try this phrase. If you said, could you pass the bottle of water? This is not correct. However, if you said, could you pass the bottle of water? This is the correct way to say it in standard British. So we have learnt some smaller phrases using the T sound. Now let's incorporate it into long form phrases and more of a sentence. So I would like you to try and say this sentence. This should sound like, I feel better after a cup of tea. Not, I feel better after a cup of tea. Now I want you to try this sentence. If you said, I was counting the amount of atoms, this is not correct. If you said, I was counting the amount of atoms, then this is correct. Notice how the T sounds are very pronounced in these sentences. And the final one, please say this sentence. If you said, I forget your name, please could you repeat? This is not standard British. If you said, I forget your name, please could you repeat? Then this is more of a standard British sound. The T's are much more harsher and you can hear them in every single word. What we want to try and avoid is a thing called glottal stop T's. This is more common in the northern areas of the UK or England. For example, bottle of water, how you would say in standard English, becomes bottle of water. The T's almost are half pronounced. So you go to say them, but you kind of stop them in your throat, if that makes sense. For example, if we was to say the word kettle in standard British, a glottal T would sound like kettle, kettle. So this is much more common in northern areas of the UK and in England. However, when you get to the south of England and you get to standard RP or standard British, then we really need to focus on pronouncing the T's properly. Now, when I'm learning accents, I will try and learn them in many different ways. The start for me are vowels. So I will always try and learn the vowels of words and sounds before the actual words and sentences themselves. So A, E, I, O, U, I will try to master these letters, these sounds, before I begin to speak in words. So, standard British, A, E, I, O, U, we begin to learn these sounds repeatedly, and then we can incorporate them into words and sentences. So, when we speak in a British accent, often we use a soft R sound for words that have ER in them. So if we was to say the word camera, camera, it's a very relaxed ending of the word, camera. So as opposed to the harsh T's, this is more of a soft sounding R noise. So we have better, better, and water, water. So we still have the harsh T's and the soft R sound at the end of the word. Now we move on to what we call a short, harsh O sound. Now in standard British, we use a lot of short, sharp O sounds in words such as hot, got, not, forgot. With the short, sharp O sound, it's more of a forced feeling in the throat, just here at the top of your throat. It's like a O, O, O. So if you practice these words, hot, got, not, forgot, you will learn that these short, sharp, harsh O sounds, it will get easier and easier as you do more and practice more of these words. As I mentioned earlier, there are a lot of differences with accents from the north of England to the south of England, and standard British is a southern accent. Now, southern accents will use a long A sound in words such as bath, or laugh, or father, or grass, whereas in the north, those words become bath or laugh. When we focus on these long A sounds, we want to make sure our mouth feels wide, we flatten our tongue, and we almost say like, ah, like you're going to the dentist. So, father, or bath, or grass. We have a relaxed, wide mouth and focus on prolonging the R sound. So if you're watching this video and you watch my Instagram videos, you know that I like to take clips from movies, TV programs, or memes, TikToks, YouTube, whatever it might be, and I try and teach you how that accent sounds and help you understand those different accents. Now, if you have any clips from movies or documentaries or TV shows or anything that you struggle to understand, it's a British accent, and you'd like me to break it down or to help teach you how it sounds or how to speak that accent, then please drop me a message on Instagram and I will be sure to turn that into a video for you. So as I mentioned, Southern accents and the standard British accent sounds very different to the North. Part of that difference is a posh O sound. For example, you will see in movies or TV programs the word hello. When it is said in a standard British RP accent, it becomes hello. So it's an extended, over-exaggerated O sound. What we don't want to do is for that O to start becoming hello or hello. This is incorrect. We want it to sound hello, so people understand you clearly and they know exactly what you are saying. So again, thank you for watching my very first ever educational accent video. Like I said, I don't want these to become super like a lecture or really boring to watch. I want them to feel relaxed, like you can have a conversation with me through the screen. So part of this conversation, a lot of people ask me, how do I learn so many different accents? Did I go to class? Did I learn them? Did I study them at university? The answer is no. I didn't do any of these. I watched a lot of TV, a lot of movies, and I had two techniques that I would use to learn new accents, and I'm going to tell them to you right now. The first technique is called mirroring. So when I watch a TV show or a TV program, I will go away and I will practice that voice, that accent, what sounds they used in those words. For example, the harsh T sound that we have learnt about in this video, or the long posh O sound. If characters, for example, in Peaky Blinders use these sounds, I will go away and I will mirror, practice, repeat, and keep doing that until I feel like I have mastered the art of that accent. And the second technique is very similar to mirroring. I call it mimicking. So much like a parrot would say the exact same phrase a person might say to them, I do the same thing. So when I'm with people or around people that are speaking in an accent, subconsciously I am speaking and repeating what they're saying in my head, and I will repeat it back to them. So I'm mimicking how they're talking. It's kind of a subconscious thing. I don't know why I do it. I don't know how I can do it, but they are the two things that help me learn new accents. I will do my best to help you learn as many accents as possible. So if there are any UK accents or any accents at all that you would like to learn or help understand better, please drop me a message on my Instagram, or go and watch my TikTok account and drop me a message on there also. Thank you very much. I'll see you soon.